Okay, so in this paragraph, it's talking about how some animals hibernate. So we can put that on there. Animals hibernate. And we could put animals hibernate into a deep sleep. Okay. And some of the words that you can, or what you can highlight or underline is some animals hibernate or become dormant. You can circle dormant because that's one of your vocabulary words. And so is hibernation. Okay. And it tells you there it's like a very deep sleep. And we can go ahead and highlight or underline the examples. So bats, bears, skinks, and even snakes. Okay, so go ahead and finish that. Paragraph number 4, I will read that. Others migrate in winter. They move to warmer places. They can find food to eat there. Some birds spend the summer in the north. In fall, they migrate south. It is warmer there. They can fly far without stopping. So there's our word, migrate. Let's circle that one, migrate. So what is happening here? It is talking about how some animals migrate. So they're moving. Remember we talked about migrating? They move from one place to another. So in this one, we can put some animals migrate. And why do they migrate? Because they're moving to a warmer place. So we can put some animals migrate to a warmer place. And we already know some examples. It says here some birds. You can circle that. Birds. But we also know that butterflies also migrate. Okay, so go ahead and finish that. Okay, paragraph 5. Birds are not alone. Ladybugs and butterflies migrate too. There it is. We got a little ahead of ourselves. Many whales migrate. They move to warmer waters. They will find food. They will have their babies there too. Some swim over 3,000 miles. Okay, so go ahead and read that. Okay, so what are we talking about? What are they talking about here? That it's not just birds. It's ladybugs and butterflies and even whales migrate. Wow, that's interesting. So we can put here not only birds migrating, and then we could put other animals and insects. And let's go ahead and circle the examples, which are ladybugs, butterflies, and whales. And they swim over 3,000 miles. That's pretty far. Okay, so let's go to paragraph 6. Winter will end, spring will begin. It will start to warm up. The snow will melt. What will you see the animals doing? Okay, so go ahead and read that. Very good. Okay. Um, what is this word again? Snow. Okay, I heard a couple of you say snow, but it is snow. Snow. Okay. So so what is happening here? It's starting to change, right? So they're going from winter to spring now. The season is changing. So we can put that the season is changing. So it's going on to the next season, which is spring. Let's go ahead and write that down. Okay, so before we move on, I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor. And before we read the last paragraph, what do you think is going to happen now? It's changing over to a new season, which is spring. So what will happen? What do you think? So go ahead and talk. Okay, time's up. So what do you think might happen? So you think that all the animals that hibernated are going to wake up? And then what about all the animals that migrated? Remember the ones that moved away? What's going to happen with them? They might come back, right? Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. It says, they will wake up if they were sleeping. They will come back if they moved. Then something good happens. New babies are born. Wow. Okay, so I want you to read that. Very good. Okay, so what can we put there? So we can put that animals wake up and move back. And we can go ahead and underline, then something good happens, new babies are born. That's important, right? Very good. So go ahead and finish writing that. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and get your writing journal. And I want you to write, I'm going to give you like a little quick, right? I want you to write, now that we read this, how do the animals adapt to the changing of the environment? How do they, what is it that they do? What is it that they do? You know what? Let me write the prompt. So let me write something like, how do animals adapt? How do animals adapt? Remember that adapt is, I got that. Adapt to the changes in the environment. And what are those changes? Environment. What are those changes that we talked about? Temperature, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to put just some bullets. So some of the changes can be temperature. What else happens? Precipitation. And some other keywords was migration, right? And hibernation. And dormancy. Okay, so here is your prompt. How do animals adapt to the changes in the environment? Remember that adapt is adaptar, which is a cognate. Lots of cognates. We got this today to put on our chart. So go ahead, I will give you 5 minutes. Okay, so go ahead and start.